Ah, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. This is yet another scene in the Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. And at this point, it's just a heart-to-heart. Dragos has invited our beloved cub, Things Like Deer, aka Emmet, aka the E-Man, to come and talk to him about history and things and other things, and the Weaver apple and the worm banana. Or they don't need to talk about that, but they will talk about things. And Dragos is in lupus form, and he's trying to type on his computer. He's practicing his lupus typing technique while being in his app. And he has this, basket with things that he puts out on, improvised, improvised altars or shrines, one should say, to the more urban spirits that hang around the steps, since they need some love too.
Okay, so it's gonna just walk in on the scene of Dragos typing in lupus. And he's not gonna ask questions at this point. He's seen too much shit over the past week to ask questions. But although he does look very interested, and he's carrying his laptop with him, he sits down across from Dragos, and he's just like, I have ideas on how to bring down Pentex.
Lay them on me. Lay them on me.
Okay.
The thing is, Pentex is a super big evil company that no one really sees. It's a hidden enemy. Or it's not hidden to us, but it's hidden to most of the world. So there's not a big... You don't see Pentex things. There are not Pentex sodas. Or there are Pentex sodas, but they aren't Pentex sodas. Or maybe there are Pentex sodas. I'm not sure. Maybe that was example.
All we have to do is follow the paper trail, right? We just have to find any of those, whatever they're called, subsidiaries, right? I don't know too much about economics, but I may learn just for this. We're going to find a bunch of their subsidiaries, right? And we're just going to follow the trail. Meanwhile, we're going to have glasswalkers make our own counter Pentex Garo Nation corporation.
We do. We already do these things. This comes into topic why I wanted to talk to you today. Is you're trying to type. The duties, the purpose of glasswalkerness, because every tribe has purpose. You may not realize it. I saw your reaction towards Smiles in the Night Red Talon person. With every tribe serves a different purpose, and one must respect each tribe. Like Red Talons. Red Talons, to you, seems like anti-human species people that dislikes humanness and want to kill them. This is true, but this is not necessarily a negative aspect of depends on opinion. But it's not the entire aspect of them. The Red Talon are the known ones that understand one of the halves that make up a Guru the most, or third party, halves. I will say halves for this example-ness. You will accept this anyway. The beast, the wolf. They understand the wolf, what it was to be a wolf before, what it is to, remember one's ties to being wolves, much better than anyone else can. Glasswalkerness understand what it is to be human, much more. They understand the other half. I don't know the mathematical term. Whatever. It's not important. Or it is, but not the terms. They understand humanity more, because glasswalkers have always had the purpose of being the ones that understand humanity. In old times past, the glasswalkers weren't glasswalkers. They were warders of men. They were warding men people and watching over cities and stuff. And as time has passed, glasswalkerness has evolved and changed. Warders of men, tetrasomy. It's a pain to say it in wolf language. It was basically alchemists, Renaissance people, humanism, or they wanted to create Garuism, but you understand concept. And then tribe became led from a philosophical thing, and we became Iron Riders during Victorian Age, when we, explored the western frontiers and built locomotives. In the modern nights, when we discovered the first city father, of London, we evolved into becoming the glass walkers. We walk in the glass. So we don't walk in the glass, but we walk, you know, in the weaver's web, where the glass is very prevalent. We've always been adapting, paying attention to humanity, trying to understand it, you know, representing it, being the most human tribe. This is our purpose. Red Talon is the purpose of being most lupus. This is their thing. But where Glasswalkerness, in my opinion, is superior is because we don't try to deny lupus. We are not good at preserving it, but we are not denying it. Glasswalkerness have breeding programs to get more lupus into tribe, because you can imagine being city-based and all for human homid ideals and stuff, few lupus, which is problem because one needs balance. He tries to do like a scale motion with his paws. Right? You need balancedness. And breeding programs are to get more lupuses. So, you know, because it's important. Wolf blood is important to make everything function. Nodes. And we do corporation things. We do hacking things, follow paper trail, hack into building, expose dirty corporate secrets and stuff. But
sounds awesome. So we're like cyberpunks.
Kind of. We can do things like that. There are something called cyber fetishes, which is cybernetic fetishes.
Wait, holy shit! You mean they're real already?
Yes, but rare. We have 3 types of fetishes. We have software fetish, cyber fetish, and normal kind of fetish, just with less traditional material. It is known.
Yo, where can I get one of those cyber fetishes?
You're not going to get them. Not now. Cyber fetish takes a lot of work, and you need to go into. It's not worth the work for you yet. You know, it's thing. It's thing.
Okay.
It's thing, and it's a thing of goodness. But yes, Glasswalkers aren't only living in cities and watching cities. We're also trying to make cities more filled with wild and trying to make it more balanced and clean, so it helps Gaia. Because the thing about most Guru will say, cities are scabs, cities are scars, you know, ugly stumps on Gaia that are only killing her. Glasswalkers disagree. Glasswalkers know cities filled with corruption, but cities can be clean. Cities are alive. Cities are a part of Gaia. You may feel it. You may feel the pulsing inside concrete building. There is a wild in the city. One does not see it easily, but there is wildness. There is chaos. There is a hierarchy. Predators, prey, change. Accidents that clear away new buildings to be built up, just like like with a forest fire. There are animals and plants hidden beneath the cracks, underneath the cracks, and besides them and stuff. You've seen this. There are parks. The weaver's web is strong here, but there is still wild here, and Glasswalker preserve it and cultivate it like farmers. With crops, it nods.
So,
Yes, and people
like
are following. We are following paper trail and stuff. We have hackers. We have everything. We have corporate wolves, hackers, or random interrupts, but that's what they're calling them. But yes, they are the new technology people. Yes, we have loads of people, loads of different people. I'm now going to just roll, because while I have covered the basics, just so I can, prepare, I can have some more fun facts. If you get me, I'm auto character. I'm just going to roll intelligence plus lore, because that was a roll yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, something. Organized crime, wise guys, mafia people, or
We have dudes in organized crime.
we are dudes. Yeah, we have things, everything related to human culture these days. Religious
Why?
ideal, religion. Our theurges can vary in us from techno Gaia to using homemade holy books, or just using weird drums that are electronic for rites.
How haven't we taken over the world yet?
Because it's not our goal, and we have enemies, and enemies with more money. And it's not our purpose to rule the hobbits. The humans must rule themselves. We're just watching over. This is important part of Garunas, of history. We are not. We chose to no longer rule over the human masses. It's known.
But okay, then let's just focus on acquiring money then. You said that our enemies have more money, right?
Yes, we do acquire money, but remember, we can't do bad corporate practices that are very beneficial. We must protect Gaia. We can't pollute, and we can't get cheap equipment that will, in the end, earn the company more money but still it will be very bad for environment. Gasfolkers must remember to balance and keep Gaia healthy. Cities does not necessarily need to be badness. I mean, look at old cities. Ancient Rome wasn't bad. Well, culture-wise maybe, but not important. Ancient Rome and stuff wasn't bad for world, city-wise. Example of kind of cities. And we can return it to a more healthy city world, but we can't take shortcuts, because that would not be good for Gaia, and we would be hurting Gaia, and we don't want that. That's not of goodness. Therefore, corporations that don't care, they get more money. We're still rich, but yes. And lack of we're not super organized, so limited sometimes of what we can accomplish.
To earn money, you don't necessarily have to cut corners. Sometimes all you need is the New York Stock Exchange.
Yes, but we also have other things in city. I'm not sure what lore I should roll for this. There are other things in cities. Vampires, who are not of goodness and serve the world, and they do not good, and they do things with people and earn money as well. We aren't alone in being cities. And we have pentexness.
How powerful are vampires? Are they like fucking Helsing vampires, where they can like regenerate from anything and can wipe out like 30 dudes?
Limited experience, but vampires are threat in different way than Guru. Maybe not as much physical threat, but mindness. They can be very speedy.
Okay.
But yes, remember, with a mind that's filled with rage, a little push can just be enough. As you saw yesterday with the smiles in the night.
Yeah.
Even if it was not meant as insult, push can be easy. And if you have people who can push very easily with mind powerness and have things of evil, then he can't snap, but he tries to with his point. Like he accompanies with a tongue sound. He does this.
Emmet just snaps real quick. Just that's true.
That thing. Yes. Yeah, because he's in lupus, he can't snap, and he couldn't snap anyways. Yes.
Like,
Well. We change constantly. Many people think glass walkers can be very static because we are associated with Weaver, But this is thing. We are not static. We are ever changing. We are like science.
Yeah, look at
Science.
innovation.
Innovate, change, evolve, grow, alter, adapt. All these things.
Huh. Sounds like it'd be a lot easier to just get in a giant apartment complex as a sept rather than Central Park.
There are steps like this, Glasswalker steps. But remember, this is more wild steps. This is not Glasswalker steps. You know, most Garou are traditionalists. They don't want to be in a big apartment complex. But
Well,
yes, apartment complex is easier to defend in certain ways, you know. Park is less easy. There are several advantages with apartment complex, but there are also several advantages with park like this. Park like this allows lupuses that are more, you know, more bound to their more hunting preyness and stuff. And it also allows for more easily for practice. Of course, you could find hunting grounds outside of the city, but that would involve inconvenient travelness with the time. It's yes, we have important role. But every tribe, as I've mentioned to you before, this is not something one can teach. This is just general word of advice. But every tribe has purpose, and you should see and try to find out what that is. Just because some can give bad first impression does not mean the tribe it represents it necessary. It's not necessary. Black Furies, for example. Black Furies defend the weak, women and children and things, and they are honorable, wise, and very fierce in battle. Very unnecessary.
especially dick.
What? They're very necessary. But yes, some can be a little hating up man. But almost forgiven. But gender in the end does not matter in my head. You know, but some people, you know, are. There's some tribes are caught up in human problems rather than trying to look for a higher purpose. Or, you know, Wendigo have, you know, tragic history. Westerners took land from them. They are angry about this. You must respect them. Honor. We can't honor their loss, but or maybe we can, but we must respect their loss and, you know, see to their importance because they're ones of the pure, or they are of the pure tribes, as they call them. And they have a very rich history, you know, a tie to this land, which is important. Silver Fangs, rulers. Important with rulers. Silent Striders, travelers, messengers, understands things. Get of Fenris, warriors of warriors. And yes, you understand. Children of Gaia, try to heal the wounds after battle and advocate for unity. All important ideals. Every tribe important. Making up Gaia Nation, which is one big cake. Each piece, some pieces may look better and taste better from a personal point of view, but each piece is equally important. Glasswalker is just better, you know, more evolved and able to combat the new world threats.
Okay.
Killing people, good claws and stuff, is useful, but some battles you can't fight with claws. Some fights you have to battle with patience, cunning, understanding of other weapons than claws, like hacking. You understand?
Yeah.
And spirits, yes. And each species with purpose, equally important. The Arun, every Garou is warrior, but Arun are warriors. You already know this, but I'm just making point. Arun, warrior of warriors. Fjord, keeping people mindful of their spirits and their needs. And here you can see each tribe coming into importance again. Garou understands spirits of city more than most. Metal, plastic, ideals of the city. city cats, things like this. Other tribes are not as respectful of these spirits, and one has to cater to them all. Instead, or not Banes, but you have to cater to the spirits that can still be used for Gaia's service. If you ever encounter a plastic spirit, try to ponder a way to further the interest of the plastic empire.
They're trying to make an empire?
Not literally, but plastic must be spread in their heads.
Okay.
So just come with some idea and mention it. Does not need to be a good idea, but is a good way to barter. Metal spirits, metal music. And you should always have things like batteries and stuff on you, in case you need bargain. But this is more for your job. But still, in case it happens. Because you don't know what might happen. Yes. The big totem of Glasswalkerness is cockroach. We reflect the ideals of cockroach. What do you think cockroach represents?
Living in any kind of conditions?
Exactly. Survival. Adaptation. This is cockroach's way. And we change to adapt to new cities, new ideals. This is how cockroach is. This is how cockroach always will be. This is how the Glasswalkers will be.
Sounds awesome, actually.
Yes. Children of Gaia have unicorn. I like unicorn, or I like the word unicorn. It's funny, but yes. Children of Gaia have unicorn.
Sorry to go a bit off topic, but you and Smiles were mentioning that I sound like a child of Gaia or a stargazer.
More peaceful tribes, more introspective.
Huh.
Our Dragos not been Glasswalker, might maybe have been Stargazer or Children of Gaianas. Maybe. If Glasswalkers didn't exist.
Alright.
But one should keep to one's roots. While other tribes advocate for lineage, purebred, Glasswalkers don't value such things. Purebred can lead to, bad gene pool. And less varied gene pool. And that's not good. And therefore Glasswalkers don't value such things.
Okay. Travis had mentioned that I don't look like anybody. I guess that means I don't have any kind of pure.
You don't look like great heroes of past. But past is past. Learn from past, but don't emulate past. Present is present.
Okay.
I can't use old claw to fight anymore that fell off. I shouldn't emulate my current claw to be like it. New claw. Use that claw. I mean, good programming code in the past. Not good for programming now.
Yeah.
Or is it code language? I don't know programming yet.
Yeah, it's all good. I know what you mean.
Yes.
It's like
point is adapt to times. Present. And think for future, of course. But present. We embrace the present and embrace the future. And we remember past. Well, unlike other tribes, we also are not big on oral tradition. Oral tradition, talking and spreading stories via howls and campfire stories, which is fun and nice. But one needs to write down things so we know them accurately. Accurate history is important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't always go and ask a spirit that saw these things unfold, and spirit perspectives can change a lot over time and be a little hard to grasp. Of course, this is field job, but one shouldn't necessarily put all that effort into it. Well, one can just read it on the Glasswalker net. Yes. What can you do? Doing well. What are you good at? I'm that person.
Well, didn't have too many friends as a kid, so I kind of just invested myself, and he kind of pulls out his laptop. Invested a lot in computers. Of course, once I got into high school, I got a lot better at talking to people.
Talking to people.
Hell, I was even my class president in senior year of high school.
High school. I've seen animes of high schoolness, but yes, I did not. I can understand lack of social interaction in youth, but well, no.
Yeah, I just kind of got better at it, and now I'm really good at it.
Yes, being social is good skill, and knowing computers is important, especially for prospective glasswalkers. Everyone should know a little about computers, or will know how the basic idea is behind them at least. Do you know how to protect yourself yet?
A little bit, yeah.
How much?
Able
Dragos
to
will.
keep a person in a boxing match.
Okay. Dragos is going to just calmly rise up and just walk towards Emmet. You can roll perception, empathy, or perception animal chem if you want to see what his thing. Maybe animal chem is more natural, but
Oh, I did empathy. That was my empathy pool, and that's 3.
can I roll some? Is this something I roll to assist that, or is it just no resisting?
Huh?
No, it's not trying to hide. But yeah, okay. Dragos seems to be planning to do something. I'm not sure if you can say something like directly as he plans to sweep you, but he's planning to do some kind of physical thing. He looks a little playful.
If it's going to be a punch, and it is going to like block it with.
He is in lupus form. There's no punching in here.
By the way, he's going to use Dex and Brawl to like block the attack.
I don't know if you can do that, but whatever. He's just going to sweep. I think you have to roll Dex, athletics to dodge whatever.
Well, it's not dodging, it's blocking the attack. That's why.
Okay. If you can block a sweep, then okay.
Let's see if this works. That's probably not going to work.
4 successes.
I only got 1.
You are swept. And you land. Sweep. You're not badness. You can learn. We will work on this. Keep your footing more able to move.
Emmet slowly just starts to shift into lupus real quick. Well, not real quick. He's taking his time.
Yes. We are not going to fight seriousness because
Horn really sucks at things. I've noticed that.
What?
My Hamid form isn't very good at physical things.
Wolf form is better at physical aspect because aspect of animal. Animal's more physical adept than human. But Hamid body gives advantages. Thumbs. He waves his paws. How do they work? He doesn't grin, but he's like. Wolf form is useful for fighting. Wolf form is more useful for running. His Squaw and Krinos are better for fighting if you need serious fight. But yes, I have swept. Sweeping is still very useful trick if you don't want to injure opponent, or if you are in position where you're fighting a stronger opponent and you can't risk going into fist fight. Then sweep. He will fall, and when he fall, he has to get up, and that will take time, and you can run away. Try to sweep me. Do like I did. Try to smack my legs to the side so I will fall. Use your paws for this. Or this dexterity brawl difficulty 8.
Hey. Nope.
I forgot my dexterity brawl. You don't botch, but you don't fail. Yeah, I will just assume you don't miss because you're standing perfectly still. You don't miss, but you just hit him on a bad angle or something. Shall we agree on that? Yeah, Dragos. Almost correct, but not quite. Let me try. Damn, sweeping should might be my fucking. Oh, say it's your move.
That's just your fighting style, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm a master of the sweep.
Just
Dragos just effortlessly. He has swept so many red talons at this point, so he just effortlessly just spins your leg underneath you and you fall without injuring yourself, of course. And you just, before you know, bam.
Okay.
You can try again. Try again to sweep.
All right.
Other will teach you clawing moves and stuff, and this is useful. But I am not a fighter. I like to think I'm intellectual, and therefore I aim to win. I don't aim to be a good fighter. I aim to win fights. While not being dishonorable, I aim to win. This is aim you should have in mind. And Dragos is too self-absorbed to notice, so you sweep him right off his feet. Not as flawless as he did it, but you come in and in mid-talk he's just swept up and he lands and it's like, this is correctness move. This is how you do it. And he gets up and he nods. This is of goodness. And he sweeps you. See, he says as you are swept. Sweeping is also very funny.
Like we're just sweeping each other now.
Yes, sweeping is of severe funness, but this time I will be serious and try to dodge your sweep.
Okay.
Now that you have practiced technique.
All right, Emmet was just wagging his tail and just kind of proud of himself when he just suddenly falls on the ground again. Like I thought we were done. Okay. This is the new one. That's
okay. Try to calculate. Yeah, he dodges. That has just managed to jump a little over, so let's try. You have learned. You're of goodness. High paw. High paw. You're doing a good job. You have much potential. You will, of course. I'm not the best fighter. Arun can teach you better fighting, but as you can see, sweeping is great entertainment. And if you ever come in a situation where a fellow guru has frenzied, you can just sweep him. Easier to contain. Yesterday, Smiles in the Night frenzied at a Travis person and tried to bite him. So I swept him. Yes, he did, because Travis told him that kinfolk were laughing because I had defeated him. Therefore, when this happened, I swept, and then I swept him again, and then people dogpiled him, and then it was over.
Seems like the guy's going to be a bit of a handful.
Welcome to Red Talon. Welcome to much rage. It's thing. Red Talons are still important, but yes. Things happen, and when insults or snide remarks come, people can be angry. It's better to keep level head and don't come with such comments. Proving dominance. However, if people are being douchebags and you are of correct rank, establish dominance, so they stop. I have to do this. Some tribes respect strength and strength only. Therefore, one needs to be strong. But he pokes your head. In here, best weapon is. The best weapon is in head. It is known.
Cool. So sweeping.
Sweeping, yes. A little difficult, but extremely practical. You have swept me, I have swept you.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Practical. You That was how I resolved my first dominant struggle with Smiles in the Night. I swept him until he submitted.
That's kind of hilarious.
It is. It is. And he's Ragabash, so hopefully he would appreciate the funniness side of it. The thing is, such fights are tedious. But, if you're going to get along with Red Talons, you have to do dominance fight. Hierarchy is important after all.
Hold on. He's a Ragabash?
Yes.
But he has absolutely no sense of humor.
He has his own humor. Homemade humor and wolf humor is different.
His wolf humor, his parallels about tearing my face off?
Yes.
Or gouging my eyes?
That was also a joke. Dark, very bitter joke, but was joke about and also tried to establish point. But it was kind of unfair comparison to what you were trying to make a point about. But yes, Red Talons don't like machines. They have legitimate issues with humanity-ness. Humanity is doing a lot of bad things. Wolves are, dying left, right, and center. He points, left, right, and then center, of course. But I can understand that. I, however, do not understand not liking machines. Machines are wonderful. And science. And books. And chess. Chess is funny. And Tekken. I won't speak to Travis at Tekken. And then he gave me his computer because he bet it.
All right.
Yes.
So, do any glasswalkers control the media?
Probably. Sure. Most likely. Yes. We are in most spheres of humanness. We just evolved over time. We went from churches and skull and Library of Alexandria-like things to, or maybe not Library of Alexandria, but example, to computers. After what the ideals of humanity changed. But difference between bone gnawers and glasswalkers. Bone gnawers also live in cities. But the thing about bone gnawers is that they are living in the cities. We are the city. Glasswalkers are born and bred for cities. We have an intrinsic understanding there.
Okay.
They live there. We hunt here. You understand?
Yeah. It's their habitat and it's our hunting ground.
Yeah. Bone gnawers are good at adaptation as well. So yeah, they live in our hunting grounds, so to speak. It's not something you necessarily say to them, but it's the truth. You don't want to. You don't need to make people angry at you, but one just has to. But this is a glasswalker to glasswalker, heart to heart thing. Yes, it's important that you learn, and I'm also trying to give good advice. I can learn. You can learn from my mistakes over time, as time goes by.
All right, cool.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yesness. And you will learn things from them, parents. And Smiles in the Night will also teach you useful things. Heed his lessons. Close your ears to what he says about humanity, but listen to his other lessons. Smiles in the Night will teach you useful things.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
Whatever.
And, you can. His technique is wonderful. He can teach you how to fight very well. He's a very great fighter. So he can teach you how to fight. He can teach you how to hunt, how to listen to your instincts, understanding them. These are things you can learn from a red talon that no other tribe can adequately teach away to you. Thus. Yes. But yes, I'm personally trying to teach. I will personally try to teach him more about how to be in cities, so he doesn't do anything unnecessary.
All right.
Well, you will most likely never meet red talons in cities. Cities are not their place. The wild is their place, or the more traditional wild. The cities are their own wild, as I've told you.
Yeah. Yeah. And when he says that, there is an air of agreement about it, maybe even a bit of personal experience on it.
Dragos has 0 empathy. He will not pick up on this. But well,
Okay.
yes. Dragos will wag his head and look about. Yes. So things have been said, things have been learned. Yes. You will also be for you history is important. You are Galliard, yes. 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 I think you are. Are you? Yeah, yes, he is. Not. As Galliard, you need to know history and be able to perform it well. And be
Okay.
source of inspiration. The glue that keeps packed together. This is a Galliard.
All right.
You can encourage and drive on. If the Tearges are clergy, if the Garoons are just claws, if the Ragabash is the voice in head that makes you question and ponder new direction, then Galliard and Philodox are things that keeps these things flowing.
Okay.
Yes. Oh wait, we are doing something important. No time for this yet.
Hey, so at some point, if you ever leave the sept for, I guess, more dangerous business,
Yes.
I've been really wanting to get a first-hand look at the worm. I
The
mean,
worm
yeah,
is not
Callie.
something you can look at. The worm is far grander than that.
Or at
Worm
least a
is the
more,
fundamental force of corruption and destruction, tied
or
within
at
the
least,
bits of the weaver. It's not a big snake you can fight. If this had just been big snake, then worm would have been destroyed already. Worm is so much bigger than that. Worm is every dark desire in you. Worm is hatred. Worm is in racial bigotry. Worm is in pollution. Worm is in murder for the sake of murder.
oh, all right then. But I do want to go out there and do some good stuff, you know. So
You can look at things that Worm has spawned. This you can look at. But it's not
yeah,
something for the light-hearted. I can tell you a story. I'm not a storyteller, but I can tell you a story. Do you want to
okay,
hear a story of Worm encounter? I,
cool.
as a least experienced member, maybe perhaps, but I went with Raid on a Black Spiral Dancer hive, which was an agreement service between the Sept of the Running Stone and the Sept. And me, myself, the Worm Raiders, and others went. We were going to, and the Travis person, among others, and honors the loss. Yes, but still, point. We went to fight, and the things we saw rats filled with tumors, and cancer, and stuff, and pus. We saw kinfolk. We saw normal people. We saw Garou be kept like breeding stock, chained up, caged up, raped, filled with diseases, almost corrupted into Fomori. We saw cannibalizing Fomori. I think we did, yes. We saw, you know, wormish taint wandering through the caves underneath the ground as the air became more and more filled with hotness and harder to breathe. We saw giant black spiral dancers that was, filled with corruption. We saw evil banes go about their things. We saw dead corpses that was eaten by rats that was sick. And we killed. We killed. And we cleansed. And we killed. Or we didn't kill. That's not that ordered, but we killed, and cleansed. And we killed more than that, but point is still here. The worm is... Yes. Worm is worm. Therefore, the worm banana is not of goodness. You don't eat it. You don't touch it. You can cleanse it at best, or you can cleanse parts of it. But in the end, destroying it seems to be the best course of action. Okay, there's a litany thing called, you must fight the worm wherever it breeds and wherever it nests. And there are different opinions about this. Black spiral dancer hive is a place one should destroy. But there are things, we can't fight every single vampire in the city, because then they are, it will be very impossible to maintain a hold on cities if one goes to challenge every single worm thing in a city. One must choose one's battles carefully. One must still follow the litany, but one must still be prioritize targets. Some targets are more urgent to hit than others. One vampire is not as valuable as destroying a black spiral dancer hive. Hives are their cairns of evilness, of worm taint. I've long since come to the conclusion that apple taint would be better. If there were just everything was apple tainted, then there would just be apple trees sprouting up, which would be better for worm instead of worm taint. But worm taint is awful. So you have heard the story. You still want to see?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take me out of the set for a little bit, I'm getting a little stir crazy here, to be honest.
I can at some point take you out, and we can probably go and look at some lesser worm thing. Or have you seen the big storm eater?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have seen.
What are we doing about that?
If we have plans, I'm personally going to try and talk to Structural Geomed, which is a big weaver spirit that organizes weaver spirits, and try to make it more aware of the threat that the army of Banes that protect Storm Eater is. And, I have learned the gift of the spirit snare, so that when time comes, the other Theurges will weaken the Storm Eater by using the gift of the spirit snare on it, and then the Aruns will be sent in to claw it up. This is basic idea. There will be more complexity added to it, but you see my point.
Yeah. So what's everyone else supposed to do? The Galliards, the Philodoxes, and
everyone has their duties, and it will be more clear in time when more of battle strategy is ready to be put into place. Other issues are black spiral dancers that summon this aspect. We have not yet dealt with these things, as far as I know.
Wait, black spiral dancers, what?
Yes, black spiral dancers in city. There are the one thinks they are in the Wall Street area. And we will
Wall Street. Ooh, that's right in the stock exchange. That's where the stock exchange is. What are they doing over there?
Back spiral things? I do not have the necessary information.
You want to go check it out?
No, you don't go and check that out alone. And I don't have gifts of invisibility. One must be patient. If one is to act, then one needs to see the entire picture before acting. This is a spirit. This is something a spirit called chameleon teaches us, and it's a wise thing to remember. One must be patient. And if I were to go and check that out, I wouldn't. I wouldn't go to check that out. I would send ragabashas, and people who know to hide themselves well from the eyes of others, so you can report.
Why
See,
don't we take in Smiles?
Smiles can go. Others vagabushes can go, but sending one to spy on who knows how many worm threats is not safe. One does not waste Gaia's warriors. One must be patient, one must be cautious. Some people are not cautious enough. Caution, patience, important. Of course, don't be overly cautious, because if you're overly cautious, you will never act. This is the strength of what Smiles would call the human mind. Mind gives advantages like logical thinking, strategies, battle plans. Caution used in a more broader sense than just hunting.
So, can black spiral dancers pick us out?
They have wormish patrons and so. And of course, if you're first spy on them, we can smell purebred on someone. Smell. Purebred of someone. They could try to smell off our purebred if they can do that. Therefore, people who have gifts of hiding and stealth are the ones going in. And because if I went in, I could try to sneak. But maybe there's some super, really perceptive, really aware, alert guardian thing, and it spots me. And then I will be killed, or worse. Not safe. You must be careful to act on your impulses. You feel that you need to get out of Sept. I, on the other hand, say you don't need to get out of Sept. You need to learn, you need to grow, you need to be able to do more than just this. He's going to sweep him that way, obviously, since he says...
I see it.
Yes, and then swept him.
Let's go ahead and try to dodge just
Yeah,
for
3
fun.
successes. 3 successes. Just because. Since you...
Yeah, no. So he sees it coming, but no. Oh no, I thought we were done.
I'm the master of... Dragos is the master of the sweep.
Oh.
It doesn't hurt, but yeah, it swept you. Yes. This is my lesson for you today. Have a good day, emmet person, he says. And he goes, and he would go back to his computer and he would type.
What OS is that laptop?
It's a very old netbook, like 2-3 years old.
Only 2 or 3? That's not too bad. All right.
Yeah, but it's a very used
for
one.
that is old as fuck.
Yeah, it's old.
And Emmett's just he's gonna shake off all the dirt, go back into Hamid, put his laptop away. It's nice talking to you, Dragos.
Bye, emmet person. I'm not interested in talking anymore, but we will talk later, and it will be fun. Bye, Nas.
Emmett just goes ahead and leaves.
And with that, we will end the scene. Thank you, if anyone was actually watching this.